Good morning and welcome to the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Coast Cigar and Lounge in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi. I am joined with my two co-hosts, Mort, Bones in the middle, and myself, Maverick, on the end. Welcoming you to the show.
Morning, folks.
Good morning. It's a beautiful sunny day out there.
We got a weather alert.
We had a little shitty weather for a while. You know, that wet and rain and dampness.
Today's show, we're going to be enjoying once again a finest grind coffee.
Yes.
And a local guy's hand-rolled cigars.
Yes. He's a veteran also, from what I understand.
Absolutely. He's a Marine veteran, yes. Hand rolls these things. Does a lot of business on over in Gulf Hills.
Yes.
For events. So
yeah, he does a lot of shows over there.
Yeah. So
he hasn't done one here yet.
Weddings and stuff.
He's pretty busy. So we're gonna try the cigar with the coffee. But before we get into any of the discussion on that,
back up to the. I know he's pretty busy. But if you want to continue to sell cigars in a cigar shop, you have to show up.
I realize that.
So
yes.
I know he's busy, but you got to make time for the. But one shop in town that carries your stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean that is true, and it's more local to him from where he resides.
He's a nice fella.
He is. Yeah,
10 minutes down the road.
Yeah, he's a nice little fella.
What, Chef? Did you ever come in and get your freestyle live pack?
Good morning,
What are
Yogi.
you waiting on?
Jacob,
probably Christmas.
the bearded chef.
Speaking of freestyle live packs,
That's right.
we're running low on these things, from what the owner said.
We got
Yes.
16 left.
And we can't get any more, folks. So if
No.
you want one, come get it.
Yes. Beautiful ashtray. I mean, the ashtray is the creme de la creme.
The ashtray's pretty cool.
Yes.
Three cigars along with it.
The lighter comes with it. It's pretty cool novelty item, but it works
Oh,
well.
we already have one out.
Yeah, we got one out already.
We use them. I don't know, what do you call it? Pen light?
I would say more like a pen light, yeah.
And then
Then your cutter,
the
which
cutter.
is also a cigar stand. Yep.
You can see a little ridge there, but now they changed it a little bit from last time. I mean, it's the same type of cutter.
Yeah.
But last time it was metal. This time they went a little but
Differently.
it is a straight cutter. I mean, just stick it in there, cut it, and you don't have to do it again.
At the end of the day, I don't really think it makes any difference whether it's metal or plastic.
It's the blade.
That's what it all comes
Yeah.
to. That's where the
Right.
rubber meets the road. Now, what are the prizes that they're doing? I know what the first or the grand prize is.
A Harley Davidson Fat
Fat
Boy.
Boy.
They're pretty badass.
Yeah, they are. They'll beat you.
You
back
know, when
up,
they
though.
got really promoted was in Terminator,
Mhm.
when Arnold Schwarzenegger was riding one. And then it took off. And you know what? My buddy has one up north, and it's a nice motorcycle.
It's Jacob. I always thought it was just Jake.
Jacob,
Yeah,
Layton. I always
Yeah.
thought it was just Jake.
it's just-
that's a coffee and
nickname.
more. I should bring my own. Come in and get one of our coffees.
We
You'll
got
enjoy
plenty
it.
of coffee.
What's
Layton.
we talked about the grand prize. What's the first place prize?
You can't see the lockers over here, but it's a full size humidor, 2 widths of like a Coke vending machine.
So it's
almost
4-door
like
or a 2-door?
two.
I'm not making you get up. That you don't. Just wondering.
Well, anyway,
It's
a two-door humidor. Boom, you
Big.
open it up,
Big
and
stand
man,
up.
It's about
we could put 1,000
cigars.
cigars in it.
Oh, we eat more than that.
1,000 cigars plus whatever,
I get 2,000.
but it's going to be very nice.
And then, of course, they got their typical let's
Swag,
give away a T-shirt or let's
and
give
they'll
away.
give away all kind of stuff on the side that
also-
you're not even in.
they're also
It's not
giving
even
away-
you're aware of.
10 of their tall, square ashtrays. The big.
Industrial
I
style.
know the
I've
big
seen
one
those.
that
I
they
don't
gave
know if
away
they're-
at the barn smoking when
Are
we were
they
there.
metal or are they composite? Kind of a concrete composite. The one we saw anyway, they were
They were pretty
about
heavy.
50 pounds, man.
Yeah, but they pay for shipping.
They do. They do.
Okay.
Again, I'd like to say I wish they would bring back the Domino's table.
Oh,
Yes.
That was beautiful.
Now they are talking. I was talking to somebody the other day. We'll get back to the coffee and cigars. About a friend of mine that I'm meeting down at the Bar Smoke in Florida. He wishes they bring the one in Louisiana back.
Oh, absolutely.
And he says they're talking about it when somebody went to
I don't know why not.
the country
It was
thing
beautiful.
or whatever.
There's a lot of things with the deep south and thunderstorms popping up all the time.
Yeah, but ours
We got rained on like a mofo that night before. Man.
the night
That
before,
was
but you know what I
fucking
mean?
terrible.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful day afterwards.
Well, for
Well,
some,
Well, I mean, it was.
for
I
some,
mean, yeah, I mean, somebody wasn't hungover. I mean,
extremely hungry.
and was on death's doorstep,
Uh,
hungover wise.
Yeah.
Hungover wise.
Yeah.
You know, when you drink 151 and you're supposed to drink 51,
or not at all.
or not at all,
Wild
you know,
turkey.
6 hours before you have to go.
He didn't realize it was 151. Man. He goes,
It's
"Look at
well,
that." I
bottle
said,
was
dude, it's 151. You drank that whole bottle.
It was
just
like more than a
mini-
pint.
It was a mini
Pepsi,
pint,
Pepsi
It was a more than a
size
pint, but
Like
it was enough to kick you in the butt.
like a Mexican Coke
bottle.
bottle.
It was a Pepsi,
Yeah, yeah.
Pepsi
It
size
kicked him in
bottle.
the butt, though.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Okay. So
But you know, that's yesterday, and if they have another one in this area, we won't have to go through that
I'm a
page.
lot smarter.
Yeah, smarter. But
Well,
I don't know a lot.
Well,
I'll definitely go
with
VIP.
regards to that,
Definitely go VIP. That's for sure.
So,
all right, let's talk about the cigar, Bones. You got the info on the cigar.
As I like this, this is all we got on it. This is all how he described it. His name is Leon out of Gautier, Mississippi. He runs Santini Cigars. I'm trying to remember how he told us one time how he came up with Santini. I can't remember. But it's a blend of Cuban, Nicaraguan, Seco, and Viso with aged Haro fillers wrapped in Nicaraguan Habano wrap.
So it's gonna pack a punch because it's got
it
Ligero.
is.
And it's probably a lot stronger than you're used to, man.
Yeah, matter of fact, it's giving me a little kick.
You got a little buzz?
Yeah, a little buzz.
Well, you got your sweet coffee in front of you. You should be okay.
Yeah,
on
but
that.
I'm drinking it black, so that's.
It says it's we're
There
back.
we
And
go.
we're back.
Anyway,
Fabulous.
for me, it's both strong and strong. Not the coffee,
Yeah.
but I'm drinking it black for the first time ever. So that's okay.
Yeah.
But this is a little too much for me, the cigar.
So we're drinking finest grind here in Ocean Springs.
Yes.
A
Finest
local-
Grind Coffee House.
local
on
coffee
Highway
house.
90.
Coffee is called Jamaican Me Crazy. How they come up with this, I don't know, but that's
It's very good.
they say it's an exciting island blend of luscious caramel, vanilla, and creamy Mexican liqueur. I was telling Bones earlier, I've got something like this at home. It's a bourbon barrel aged coffee, and it tastes very, very similar to this.
Good.
My wife doesn't like it.
No,
Okay.
you should never make it for you.
I make it for me. She's
Make your
still
own
in bed.
coffee.
I'm making my own, and I do like an occasional coffee like this.
Yes.
I'm going to say right out of the chute that I think it was a good choice, Mav, for the coffee, especially with the cigar.
Thank you.
And we'll spend a little bit of time smoking it and enjoying the coffee and deciding whether it actually paired well or not.
Okay.
Jacob, let me ask you. You say you have a kit in your locker, but is that the one you got for fantasy football, or the one that you purchased? Because you still got one coming.
I'm just asking up front.
I did.
Okay.
He's online.
Let's talk about,
He might.
let's
I don't
talk
know
about
if he's
sports.
Well,
Historic day in baseball.
Okay.
Historic.
big time baseball.
Tell us-
We're on baseball for a
Tell us
minute.
what happened.
I have an agreement or a bet with one of the owners.
Friendly
I'm
bet.
not just getting in there for home runs. And Judge against Otani, and Judge had Otani by 2 home runs, 1 home run for the month. We do month to month. But Otani was chasing 50-50 to be the first ever 50 stolen bases, 50 home runs. He banged out 2 home runs yesterday. 3 home runs. I'm sorry, 3 home runs. Took the lead on my guy. 2 stolen bases put him at 51. He's the only person ever in Major League Baseball that have 50 stolen bases and 50 plus home runs.
And
Ever.
let me give you a little backstory that I read this morning on that. The guy that caught the ball didn't give it up.
How about that?
I don't know if I would either. Man.
He's not even a Dodgers fan. It happened in Miami, so he was a Miami's fan.
Wow.
He's got the ball in his hand, and they were asking for it for either for Ohtani
It's
or
going to go to Hall of
for
Fame.
the Hall of Fame, and he says, "Yeah, no."
Good. Well, it's his
this
ball.
I estimate this ball is worth $1 to $2 million.
Oh,
wow.
I'd say probably.
You know what? He's going to negotiate. Maybe if he's just not a regular guy, he's a smarter guy. You know, I'm just saying he has the capabilities of saying this is worth more than I think. Hold on, though.
Well,
I'm not giving it back either.
Well, it's not so much that. If you're I don't want to say true baseball fan. Okay, like I said, when Judge was going for 62, okay, and you're gonna think I'm lying or the bullshit.
You're giving it back.
I was sitting in the stands. I caught that number 62 home run in the stands. I'm giving it back to Judge.
I'm not.
I'm giving it back to Judge because I am a true baseball fan, Yankee fan. It's going back. Now, if he wants to give me something, and I'm sure they would give you, he wouldn't do it for free. He'll sign some shit, do whatever. That's okay. But a purist, I think, would give it back.
Today's day and age, I'm going to disagree with you.
Me too.
That could be.
Because they have negotiability on it.
With everything with sports and money and everything else, the guy is looking at dollar signs.
Absolutely.
It has to be if he's not.
And I'm not a true baseball fan like Bones is. I'm not giving it back.
Until we have a discussion.
Yes. Until we have a discussion. Because you know what? If you give it back, your discussion abilities are over.
It's done.
It's over. They can say, hey, listen, I'm giving you a signed jersey. He does that all the time. That's no big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? He does. There's so many signed jerseys out there. There's no value to that.
That's right. No big deal.
Unless they put a patch on it and saying this was done at this day, and then he had his name embroidered and signed in it, then it has some value. Otherwise, he's signing some balls. So what?
I disagree.
That's understandable. Me and Mort are on the same page.
I collect a lot of shit, and a jersey with the Judge alone, autographed jersey with no significance to it, just a signed autographed jersey is going for $600.
I got a baseball signed by Pete Rose. It was not mine. It was Joe's. A baseball bat signed by Pete Rose.
Now I'll agree with you where that shit means nothing because Pete Rose signs a ton of shit.
He does.
I mean,
that's how he makes money.
I mean, beyond what any of these active players sign.
Tommy and Judge haven't been around that long not to do the same thing. 10 years from now, it could be the same thing.
But let's get on that baseball thing real quick. Right back here. $1 to $2 million estimate. I'm going to say it's. Man, at the end of the day, it may even go more than $2 million.
Close to the 2 at least.
So, first thing you want to do, protect it.
Yes.
Morning, Sammy.
You want to make sure that you have a picture of you catching that ball.
Yes. And holding on to it and all that.
It is the authentic ball. This is the one that happened. I guarantee it. The picture doesn't lie. That kind of stuff.
Well, not only that, they mark that when he was up at bat. They're going to mark when he's going for his 50th home run. That ball is chipped, or not chipped, but they mark it like a certain.
So all of that
marker,
all of that guarantees the authenticity of it.
Yes.
Find yourself somebody that knows sports memorabilia.
Yes.
You're not going to negotiate a good enough fair price on your own because you're going to be enamored by the fact that you're sitting here with this guy. You know, and he's got his interpreter with him and he's signing a jersey for you and all this stuff. And you're like, oh, yeah, this is great. I got all this, got pictures with him and all. Ain't nothing worth $2 million.
Nope.
No. Well, can't convince me otherwise.
Me either.
If you're saying this, it again, it goes back to the collector. If you're a collector or you're a fan, A collector is going to pay whatever he feels it's worth.
Sure.
All right, you might not feel that that ball's worth $2 million. I might, if I had the money to waste, I might say, well, shit, it's worth $2 million. Now, I would go with Judge because I'm a Yankee fan, whatever. Ohtani stuff wouldn't be worth as much to me because I'm not as much of a fan. But if you're doing it strictly for collecting, dude, I got rookie cards. I'm going after autographs, and there you got to be a little careful. You got to be. I won't buy anything online that's not PSA or JSA or authenticated or already rated. I'm not buying a strictly flat card unless it's from like Pristine or something like that. But it's all what a fan is willing to pay for. Like Bobby, if he got a signed home run ball that was historic to Bryce Harper, he would.
I don't think a fan is going to end up buying that ball.
Too. Yeah, right. If some guy buys pictures and paintings and all kind of crazy stuff.
Has a big collection of everything.
Of just everything.
Everything baseball.
And here's the other thing. His negotiating.
Fan of baseball, but not.
Right.
His negotiation would have to go with the player or whoever's representing him. Because the other thing is, it wasn't caught in his home field. So the Yankees could say, hey, we'll give you.
Dodgers.
Yeah, I'm just saying whatever he was, but he was in Miami. So he hasn't had no thing of saying Miami gives him because it wasn't a Miami player did it. What I'm saying
Miami's
is,
not going to give him a thing.
Miami don't have no.
And if he's a fan of Miami, then he's not going to get the benefit of hey, negotiating for a box seat for life type of stuff.
Oh,
right,
get more money for it if he was in LA. That's
absolutely would.
Right,
that's a fact.
That's the difference.
He's got more bargaining power in LA than he does in Miami.
Yes, big time.
Unless you got collectors in Miami that want it, that's another story too.
Hey, the Hall of Fame could pay for it and say, "Hey, we'll get you this." The Hall of Fame might say, "We want this historic." First time ever done.
Well, it is historic.
We want this.
I'm saying plenty of money.
I'm saying the Hall of Fame might say, "This is historic. We need this in the Hall of Fame, no matter what." Ohtani, signed jerseys, signed baseballs, signed bats, whatever this guy wants, you give it to him. We want this ball in the Hall of Fame. I was surprised that they didn't take the base when he stole the 50th base, that they didn't take that off the field and replace the base.
That is surprising.
They might have. They might have went to the TV commercial. We didn't see it.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me if they did do that. But the baseball, that is, they tell you that's fan property.
Yep.
So the fan can do whatever he wants to do with that. And being a Miami fan, he's going to say, no, you're on the other team. I'm keeping this ball. I'll pay for it if you want.
All he would probably be interested in is money.
Yeah.
At that point. Or, hey, let's just go, a step further, because we've seen these when we go with other people to museums and stuff. On the little placard in front of the thing, it says, donated by blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So he could have his name in on that baseball, donated by, in the Hall of Fame for the rest of its.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
as long as it's on display.
But me and you are in agreement. I'm not giving it back.
I'm waiting for money.
Yeah.
I know what the value is. The sports writers knew it last night when they wrote the story, because they found the guy and they asked him if he was going to give it up, and he said no, I'm not giving it up.
See, those are two players. Ohtani and Judge are generational players. You're not going to see two players like that
in our lifetime
for a long time. Their jerseys are shit. I'm telling you, the stuff right now is off the charts expensive.
Okay,
off the charts expensive.
But again, let's go back to I got $1.5 million, 1.5 million for the ball. I got $1.5 million. That jersey in 10 years might be worthless.
Yeah,
they could tank. They could. Let's just.
Or they got injured.
They absolutely can. But when you get jerseys, when you get Mantle jerseys and Ruth jerseys going now, game one, called the game when he called the shot.
Yeah, but Bones, they didn't know back then that those were going to be worth anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. But those jerseys just sold for like $4 million. I think Ruth's jersey went for.
Yeah, because some goof had the money.
But they had no idea back in that time.
In that era, no.
This jersey is going to go for almost $5 million in 2020.
I get that. That's what I'm saying is if the guy with the ball gets jerseys, bats, whatever, that's going to be worth some money back there. Now, if he was home and that was in LA, he can negotiate season tickets.
Yeah.
You can negotiate
You can't give me $1 million worth of memorabilia.
anything. No, not now. But you never know what it's worth in 20, 25 years.
I
know what $1.5 million.
And like I said, we'll say this: the quote a phrase, "The ball's in his park."
Mhm.
Yeah, but if you're living in California, $1.5 million is not worth a whole lot of money.
So, all right, let's talk football.
Jets won last night, convincingly.
Which I just want to pick. I went with Rodgers. Actually, there's probably a Jets hat at my front door right now. But remember the Jets hat I showed you? That I liked it, so I bought it. Not having anything to do with Rodgers.
He's got a fucking hat problem.
He
But-
does.
So do I.
That's at least he admitted. But I picked Rodgers. I said in the beginning of the game, I said I think he still got something, and he showed it last night.
And
He was zipping the ball, throwing them frozen ropes, completing. He did real well.
that first touchdown ball was saved by the team.
Yeah,
We saw that on TV.
Yeah.
The guy taped it with.
Yeah.
not even
but you know what? He still has something. Now, whether he has something in the next game, we'll see.
Well,
But he still had something last night.
Absolutely.
his first touchdown as a Jet
Yeah.
in Jet Stadium.
In MetLife.
Not his first touchdown there,
Right.
but his first touchdown as a Jet.
They
Right.
said he had like 7 or 8 of the touchdowns in that stadium.
Right.
But, yeah, that's
He's going out.
He's still got it. But I went with the Jets for the fact that the Jets got one of the better defenses in the league, and it was New England.
New England's struggling.
They don't have Cody Bissett, I think, is their quarterback. When they got to the end of the fourth quarter, they took him out and put in Drake May, who's a rookie, giving him some playing time on the field.
Okay. Got nothing to lose, right?
No, not when you're down 24-3. I mean, with 2 minutes to go, put somebody in.
So would you say that Brady leaving New England was the start of their demise?
Yes. And I'll tell you, they hit their pinnacle with him.
Okay.
Okay. He left for a lot of different reasons. But after he left, there was definitely a change, excitement, ability, all that. But it may have been time for them. They hit their pinnacle, and then now it's time for them to go down like a lot of teams did when Pittsburgh was in big time in the 70s, and
San Francisco,
Dallas was
49ers.
Americans team. They're not Americans team no more.
No, fuck that.
The
Fuck
Saints
You know what I
had
mean?
Drew Brees, and
Yeah, Drew Brees
we
and
can
his
always
things.
count on.
But they go up and they reach that point, and then they start going down. But they definitely went down after Brady left.
I thought it's.
Brady was the superstar of superstars,
I thought
and he had the team with him, all the other players, which Bone always says he wasn't the only one. He had great receivers, he had great runners, he had great fullbacks. They're all gone,
They made
so
him
it's
look
team
good.
with anybody is going to change.
But
Montana, it changed after he gave the helm to Steve.
but Steve Young actually.
Yeah, Steve Young did good too, but after he left,
Yes.
they went down too.
So it comes down to the owners being involved in the draft as well, right?
Yes,
Um,
except for the Cowboys guy who Jerry Jones,
Yeah, he gets 2 of them.
who has to know who's painting the locker room.
So on the flip side of that, we see
Morning, John.
with Carolina.
Hey, John. Good morning.
Carolina's not pleased with their first round draft pick
No.
right now.
No, they're not.
Well, they benched him,
They did bench him.
but they benched him for certain reasons. He wasn't ready to go in. They're going to give him time. They're not getting rid
Was
of him.
he injured?
No, he was just not mature enough
Well,
at
that's
the
what.
pro level.
He's
Not every quarterback coming out of college can go right in and play.
But you know what?
That's far
That's
few
when they
between.
get that pick and they get handed the ball to run the helm. Well, what they're supposed to do?
Well,
They're
they
supposed to do the job.
either step up or not. But if they're
Yeah.
not ready, college
Look
is
at
a whole
all that money they gave them.
college is a whole different ball game than
Absolutely,
pros.
totally agree. It's two different entities.
Caleb Williams with the Bears. Who's the other rookie? Jaden Daniels with Washington. All right. And there's another rookie. Who was it that they said that you got these 3 rookies in through 2 weeks already? Not one of the 3 thrown the
Now,
touchdown
is the
pass.
ugly man syndrome doing well?
No. He's not doing well in the first 2 games.
but one rookie from last year as a rookie and a starter for the team.
He did well last year.
One rookie of the year is possibly going to win another national award this year if he
Yes.
continues going.
His name is?
C.J. Stroud.
Yes.
What award?
He could end up being Player of the Year if he continues. If he does what he did last year, he could end up
Yeah,
being.
there's a lot of good ball players.
There's a lot of
out
good
there
play.
now.
Yes, but you
Lot.
can't discount a good draft pick.
No.
They went with Carolina. You had the same situation occur almost every draft in the past.
Yes.
This is not the person we want. We want this guy. Well, the owner says, nope, I want that guy.
Right.
And now the owner's eating crow.
Well,
Yes.
the owner has to take. He surrounded himself with those people for a reason, and they have much more information, and they see more players than the owner sees. The owner needs to rely on the coach and the people. Like, go back to draft day with Kevin Costner. Okay, Frank Langella,
Yes.
right? That played the owner. He was dead set against going who he wanted to take, what he was doing, and what he did panned out. They know what they're doing.
I think in the case of Carolina,
Yes.
they did the owner did not listen to the people around him. They wanted that quarterback out of Alabama.
Yep.
They got that quarterback. The number 2 pick went to Houston. The number 2 pick is doing a lot better than the number 1 pick.
For
You're talking about Jalen Milrose?
No, wasn't it
Bryce Young?
Bryce Young?
Yeah, Bryce Young's having a hard time. And then, no, I think number 2 was it number 2 and number 3 was the dude out of North Dakota State, Trey Young or something.
Number 1 and number 2 was
he's not doing so well.
was Bryce and C.J. Stroud.
yeah.
I thought CJ went third. I could be wrong. What was that? That was the 2023 draft.
Last year was his rookie year.
Order picks for the 2023 football draft. I mean, you might be right. The NFL draft was held in Kansas City.
Yes, it was.
And speaking of Kansas City, they're doing okay, but they're barely incumbents.
Well, if you're judging their play by the game against Cincinnati, you can't, because those two play each other tough no matter what. And they even said that Cincinnati plays them well in Arrowhead Stadium.
Yes.
The draft was held out. Panthers selected Alabama Bryce Young with the first pick. Rams selected, and Los Angeles Rams selected Dijon Johnson. That was the final pick. Dijon Johnson's doing pretty well. I can't. Player selection. Nope. It's not giving me any. I can't find it. Never mind.
Not important. Morty Facts can tell us he's online.
Patrick, how was the concert, brother?
Hey, it's Gay Jake.
All right, we're coming down to the
It's time to
last
rate.
5 minutes. Mav, you start the show.
I like the coffee. I even had it for the first time without cream, and I enjoyed it. Halfway through it,
Put your sugar in it.
Splenda. I
Oh.
just put Splenda this time. I didn't put my normal brown sugar, which I think would have made it better. I didn't put no cream in it, and I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? My first time drinking black coffee, so it's going to take me a little while to get acclimated. I'm going to do 1, 1, 1, 1.
You know what they say.
If you don't go, yeah,
Once it goes black,
I don't say that.
I don't
But the cigar, I'm going to have to say, I'm going to give the coffee a rating, a high rating.
Give it to us.
I'm going
What's
to
the rating?
say about a 9.
Wow, you like
Yeah, I
it that
liked it
much.
that much, and
Okay.
it's black. So if I would have had my normal creamer in it, I would have gave it a 10, because I've had this in the past. That's why I brought it to us. So the cigar, 5,
Mm.
and the only reason because it's too strong for me, and it kept going out. The draw was fine.
Fair, yeah.
The draw was fine. It kept going out, and it was too strong for me. So I'm going to give that a middle of the road 5.
Okay. So this cigar is not for
It ain't for me.
somebody who likes mild to medium.
Yes,
Gotcha.
definitely all the way.
Agree. Bones?
I like the cigar, and we talked earlier about the price. It's $9.95. I think it's more an $8.50 maybe
Okay.
price wise. but I like the cigar. I'll give the cigar again, it's one of those ones I like, but the price is a little too high. I mean, not that I don't want to buy a $10 cigar. It's just, to me, it's not a $10 cigar. $8.50. I like the cigar. I give the cigar 8.5, 9.
Wow.
Nice number.
Wow.
Coffee, not a fan.
Okay.
It's just it's got that.
Too sweet for you?
No, it's just got like a. He said like a bourbon or some taste that I just can't. To me, it really has no flavor, and I only used a little bit of powdered creamer. I didn't use any sugar and sweetener around this time, so I really wanted to taste it. It smells great in the pot.
Oh yeah, for
It smells
sure.
fantastic. Now, if I went to Finest Grind and had to make a special coffee with it, I might enjoy it more with a little bit more flavor. But I give the coffee, and this is just me, maybe a 5.
Okay.
So we got opposites on
The
coffee.
yeah. Cigar,
And I
yeah.
like coffee. I like flavored coffee or something, but this
Something different than just straight Folgers.
yeah, this is just not doing it.
Okay.
So I'm not a foo-foo coffee drinker. I very seldom enjoy coffee with, the flavors that this one has. I do like a good bourbon barrel coffee.
Okay.
I like the complexity of a coffee that has that on the back taste. This one's got it. This one has that bourbon barrel, even though it says it's Mexican liqueur. I got a lot of the
Maybe
bourbon
that's what
barrel
I'm tasting.
myself.
Maybe that's what I'm tasting. I
So
don't like it.
coffee wise, I'm going to give an 8.75.
Nice.
Very, very solid coffee. I'd drink it again. In fact, I'm glad we got it back because
I'm gonna
we'll
drink it
make
again.
The cigar itself, not going to lie, we've had conversations off the show about the brand. We're very concerned about a lot of things with it. Price is one of them. I think it was a well-constructed cigar.
Oh, burns well.
It's a pretty cigar. It's got a nice oily wrap. It looks good. I'm not a band guy, so
Right.
bands really don't influence me. The band itself pops. The box that it comes in pops as well because they laser etch the boxes.
Okay.
So they're custom made boxes in house by the same blender.
Patrick, I'm sorry, Patrick. Who did you see last night? I can't remember.
I was concerned about the Ligero because I know Ligero leaf adds that big kick to the cigar. So I knew that it wouldn't be something that you like.
It's not that bad though. It's not that
I
strong.
really enjoyed the cigar.
Okay.
With the coffee, I think they balanced each other out. This is strong. This was not. This has a lot of flavor. This balanced the flavor out. So cigar wise, I'm going to give it a solid 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Jimmy Eat World he saw last night, which is an older band.
He sucks.
But he said they sang a Taylor Swift song and handed out apples at the end of the show. What that apple significance is, I have no fucking clue.
So it is a sun grown. We know that.
Yes.
And it is available here at Coast Cigar and Lounge on Government Street. On Washington Avenue in Ocean Springs. And
What's on Washington Avenue?
no, not even Washington.
No, you're
I'm
not.
lost
We're
all
on
the way
Highway
on.
90.
You're not even.
3418
I got my
Highway
mind on
90,
Doritos or something. I don't
talking
know.
which
about
is
The
beautiful.
coffee. where
Coast
it's located?
Cigar and Lounge.
No, I'm talking about Coast Cigar and Lounge.
He's
Man.
on Washington Avenue,
freaking
Government
lost.
Street. Where's he at? I think there's something in that coffee.
I don't know, but
It must be the Mexican liqueur. I don't know.
go back to the cigar real quick. One of the reasons it's a little higher than normal is he's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
He buys his stuff. He buys his tobacco in bulk, like everybody. Not bulk like Drew Estates or Perdomo. So his cost is a little bit higher because
Sure it is.
he's paying more for tobacco.
Sure it is.
You get these guys that are buying hundreds and hundreds of tons of tobacco versus a couple of
100
pounds.
pounds.
Yes.
And he rolls them. He does do a good job at rolling them because he does a lot of rolling events that people, weddings. He holds the bourbon tastings at, like you said, Gulf Hills Golf Course, which is a nice little 9-hole golf course. Now it used to be a decent 18-hole. They got beautiful. They redid the whole bar. They redid everything inside. Elvis.
So Goldfields on Washington Avenue is only a 9-holer now?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They went to 9 holes because the guy that bought the property wants to put in condos eventually. And
Yeah,
hit
of
the park
course.
and
It's all
all
about
that.
the money.
Well, it is, yeah.
But he does a good job at rolling, and he goes all over doing events. So, I like the cigar. It's just a little, I can't say expensive. It's only $9.95, but it's not a $10 cigar.
I don't think even close.
That's no. I mean,
I think it's a $7 cigar.
oh wow.
I don't think it's as good as I don't think it's nowhere near as good as the newspaper ones we have.
Well,
that's my opinion.
we're
I'm
kind of,
my
we're
opinion.
kind of biased on those as
Yeah,
well.
I know, but I'm just saying I won't smoke that again.
Well, for one, we know because it's strong.
I stand corrected, folks. Sammy Perdomo, our Perdomo rep, they do not buy tobacco. They got their own farms. They grow their own tobacco, so therefore it's easier for them to price. I'd rather go with the $8 or $9 Perdomo cigar before I go with this.
I'm not going to disagree, and it's not because Sammy's on. I think the product is a little bit more superior.
Oh, by far,
Although
I think.
I would like to try one of, him sitting here and rolling one by hand in front of you.
That would be nice.
I'd really like to try one
Freshly rolled?
that he has rolled right in front of you.
I would like that also,
Just
and
to
I'd give it
see.
another try.
But a lot of people won't do that to you. Like you go to
because it's too fresh.
I go to the cigar shop in New Orleans. I went in there. They're rolling right there. They got them. I said, I want 10 of the freshly rolled cigars. We can't do that. We got to age them 2 months, at least 2 months.
Yeah.
After we roll them in that humidor over there, you can buy those. But I have smoked freshly rolled cigars at the College World Series in Omaha. They used to bring them in from Miami, whatever, and roll right there. It's a completely different taste.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not obviously like the cigar that we had made. Tasted much better 6 months down the road. Aging definitely
does
make a
wonders
difference.
to it.
Oh, big time. The longer it's there, the better it is in most.
But I got one of our cigars left. He's still got 2 bombs.
I know.
I saw what Perdomo Sam had said,
Oh, you got
and it kind of reminds me of what Jonathan Drew said to us when we were at the Barn Smoker about growing your own tobacco and having your own plantations. He says you're one major storm away from bankruptcy.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes, you are correct.
And in that case, we want to support the brands that we support and that we care for and that we like. So we all wish the growers the best at all times.
Yes.
What was it? Wasn't it
They had
last
a fire 2 weeks
year?
ago at the Angora Leaf
Did they?
plant
No, I didn't hear that.
in Nicaragua.
Did it wipe them out?
It burned up their one of their barns.
Wow,
I did-
that's
I
a
did
big,
hear
big hit
That's
to
a
them.
big hit.
That's a
Well,
big
look
hit.
at,
God bless them.
Was it last year when the storms were coming through here and they went to Nicaragua that they hit some of the areas there, but the farms were safe because they were a little bit higher. Yeah. You get one hurricane go through there, you can wipe out numerous
Years and years of stuff.
companies.
Sure.
Numerous companies, not just one,
Right.
more than one.
Right.
Jeff Borshowitz in Florida.
Yeah.
You got FSG Farms. He's centrally located in Florida.
Right.
So he's a little bit safer from storms, but yeah, he can get wiped out too.
Yeah.
And FSG is a good smoke.
Before we head out, I want to wish the guys that are over in Germany having their big tobacco fest, Interback, I think is the name of it.
They're all
Doc
there right now.
Cappy's there.
Burger,
Yeah.
a lot of the big boys
A lot
are
of
there.
the big players are over there trying to get their brands into Europe.
Nice.
I wish them the best. I
Wish
hope
them
they have
well.
a great time in Germany. Eat some bratwurst for me, man.
Yeah.
You know who does well in Germany, believe it or not? GTO. He's got a lot of overseas sales.
God bless them.
So does Captain.
Yeah.
Good
All
bless
right.
them.
There we go.
For the 5.5 Legs Virtual Cigar Lounge here at Co Cigar and Lounge in beautiful Ocean Springs, Mississippi, at 3418 Bienville Boulevard, we have blue shutters or teal shutters on our building that recognize us. Thank you for joining in from Mort, Bones, and myself, Maverick. Have a great weekend and a blessed day.
Bye, folks. And you're absolutely correct, Patrick. History was made last night.
Indeed. Indeed.